The Inside the NBA crew had a lot to say after Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons pulled off a stunning Game 2 win at Madison Square Garden. No one saw it coming, especially not the Knicks or their home crowd. Right out of the gate, Charles Barkley gave credit where it was due. Cade Cunningham was the best player on the floor tonight, Chuck said. He didn't just show up, he took over. Barkley went on to praise Cade's poise, decision-making, and clutch shot-making, especially down the stretch. That boy played like a vet tonight, he added. Shaquille O'Neal was locked in on the physicality. Detroit punched the Knicks in the mouth early, Shaq said. They weren't scared of that crowd. They weren't scared of the moment. He emphasized the importance of Cade setting the tone, not just by scoring but by leading the team with confidence. Kenny Smith broke down the X's and O's. He pointed to how Detroit kept New York off balance with their ball movement and spacing. The Pistons played smart. They got Julius Randle in foul trouble, they attacked the paint, and they hit timely threes. That's how you win on the road, Kenny explained. Ernie Johnson brought up how rare it is for a young team like Detroit to pull off this kind of upset in a place like Madison Square Garden. It's not just about winning a game. It's about how they won it, Ernie said. Composure, effort, and execution. The panel also took time to discuss the Knicks' collapse. Charles was blunt. That was a terrible loss. You can't drop a game like that at home. He criticized the Knicks' lack of urgency and said the team looked flat, especially in the third quarter. They thought Detroit was just going to roll over, and they got surprised. Shaq called out the Knicks' lack of defensive intensity. No pressure on the ball, no communication. You can't let Cade Cunningham just walk into his spots, he said. If you don't respect your opponent, you get beat, plain and simple. Kenny pointed to coaching. He said Tom Thibodeau didn't adjust fast enough once Detroit started gaining momentum. Sometimes you gotta call that early timeout, shake your team up, mix up the matchups, Kenny said. You can't let a young team build confidence. Then the conversation shifted back to Detroit and how much this win could mean for their rebuild. Charles said, "This is a franchise-changing win. These guys needed a moment like this to believe in themselves." He pointed out the contributions from the whole roster, not just Cade. The bench showed up. The role players stepped up. That's how you win big games. Shaq agreed, adding that Detroit's young core is starting to find its identity. They're playing hard, they're playing smart, and they got nothing to lose, he said. That makes them dangerous. Ernie wrapped up the segment by asking the big question, is this just one win? Or is this the start of something? Charles leaned in and said, if Detroit keeps playing like that, this series just got real. Kenny nodded. Game 3 is going to be wild. The crew finished with a mix of surprise and respect. The Pistons shocked the league, Cade Cunningham put the world on notice, and Madison Square Garden? Silent by the final buzzer. No one expected this, but Inside the NBA made it clear. Detroit didn't just win a game. They made a statement.